Hi, with this video I want to show you how to set up merge replication, and I will not explain that much about replication, how it's working in general, because I recommend that you see my other videos about snapshot replication, transactional replication, and then peer-to-peer replication. Basically, a merge replication is used for disconnected users, and the best situation to show you what I mean is where you have salespersons that are having laptops and they are working on laptops that are not connected to the corporate network or the internet or in any way connected to the main database. There we need to have some kind of replication so that when they connect their laptop in the morning, then they can have all updates from the headquarter, and when then they disconnect the PC and then they start working and they do a lot of changes, and when they're home in the evening then they plug in their computer, then all the things they have done are updated to the ERP system. Basically it requires a conflict handling system, because we might end up in a situation where one or two participants in this replication are changing the same record, and then we need to be able to decide who wins, what change will we want to keep. So let's look at it very shortly. Now, replication, I create a new publication. Sorry, I wait a little bit with that. First I create a new table. So new query, create table, merge test, have an ID, int primary key. Sorry, I didn't tt, comma name, voucher. I have a new table now. Now I create a new publication from an ERP database. I choose merge publication. I choose compatibility level 2008. That means that I could have file stream date and other data types. If I chose in 2005, then I will not be able to have these types. Always choose this one unless you have an old SQL server where you want to replicate. Also have as a subscriber. Next. Then I have a table, I click merge test, and this is the only place where I want to warn a little bit, because what happens now is that when I click next and I get this one, unique identifier columns will be added to the table, and that is because we need a unique identifier on all rows so that we can identify each row, because we might have 10 clients and they all are changing in the same record where we have an ID. So we of course need to have this unique identifier. That means that basically if you just set up a merge replication, then you will mess up everything in your system if you have third-party software, because you changed the table definition. So be very careful. Next, I don't want to filter. I create a snapshot immediately. Next, agent, run here, click OK. Next, merge, test, finish. So that's it. And always, as I always have told you in the other videos also, right click, make sure that the snapshot agent is running. It says no. Try it again. Let's see what happens. It must start, so I know that I have an error, and all agents in the replication are running from the SQL server agent. So I go down here and I right click and I refresh. Try again, and I find my merge test, right click properties, and I know the reason is that I have an owner that I cannot use. That's it. Okay. Right click merge test, new snapshots, and click start. And now we create a snapshot, and on my laptop unfortunately it can take a little time. I would not recommend you to run virtual machines on a 5000 rounds per minute disk. It's not fast enough, so I just need to wait a little bit. So that's it. I now have a snapshot. What I'll do now is that I will add a subscriber. Next, I decide that it's a merge test publication that I want to connect the subscriber to. Run all agents at the distributor. I click yes, we have done that in the other videos also, and now I need to tell where is the subscriber. I click to choose server name, this one, and I say it's ERP database. I click next. And security, we've done a lot of time for an SQL server. It's not sure that you can do that. If you can do that in a production environment, then you might have some issues about your security. Click OK. I click next. It says run on demand, but we will change it run continuously. Next, and say immediately yes, and then we have the first change compared to the other situations we've seen. I can replications. We can choose this subscribe type is a server or client. If it's a client, then it says basically if I have 10 clients, then what chains are going to win when we send the change back to the ERP system. And this is very simple. It's first to publisher wins. Server side, if this was a server, then it says let me give all servers a priority, and then the one with the best priority will win. It is so that there is a conflict handling tool in the system, so this is just what the SQL server uses to automatically fix and resolve conflicts, but then afterwards you can go in and change that in this conflict tool. But I said it's a client, I click next, create the subscription, finished. It takes a little bit, that's it. And then what I'll do first of all, I'll say jobs, I'll say refresh, and I will find it here, and I know that I need to change like this. And then to be sure, I right click, I stop the job, it is stopped, and I short stop, and then I can start again. So now I just need to go to my clients. You can see it started, it is started, and I just need to see if there is a new table here. Just need to wait a little bit more. There it is, merge test. Right click, choose edit, and then I could add another called Soren. Boom, boom, boom. I just refresh to see what happens. I have a row grid and I have an ID. Forget about the ID, forget about the row grid. I have the name. And then I go to the ERP system, refresh, edit, and then I must wait a little bit, and then within, I think it's around, in my situation, a default installation, it's up to 1 minute, and then you will get the record. I just wait. So that's it, and now you can see it here. Okay, now I have a new situation. We still have the two tables, and what you can see is that here I'm on SQL 02 and 01. What will happen now if I change in the same record? It says Peter here and it says Peter here. So at the server I change this one to Soren, and on the client I change it to Jeppe. Now what we need to do is we need to wait and see what happens. As I said to you, in my system it can take up to 1 minute. So, and as you can see then now on my, after refreshed on my client, the name's changed to Søren because I changed the name to Søren at the server. This is the automatical rule, so the server wins over the client. But what happens now is that if I right click on my publication, then I can view conflicts. I can see that I have one conflict. I click OK. Then I can see that I have a conflict here, one update conflict. I can see the winner was Søren and the user was Jeppe. And what I can do is I can say now that okay, it was not the automatically generated rule that should win. I want Jeppe to win. So I submit loser. All conflicts has been removed. Okay. Okay. Let's see what happens. Go up here, refresh. Now it says Jeppe here, and at the client it will eventually, in I think 25 seconds or so, it will change to Jeppe. I just need to wait a little bit. See what happens. So as you can see now, even on the client, the name is Jeppe. So that's actually merge replication.